All right, let's check in with Payton for a look at our full forecast. Payton's testing out our Baton Rouge studio, which we will use if we have to evacuate New Orleans due to a hurricane. Payton?
Yeah, that's right, Leslie. Getting you ready just in case, and we're getting ready as well. This afternoon, it is hot, it is humid. We're in the 90s later, really through the rest of the afternoon, and then eventually the 80s. It'll be plenty muggy, and our heat index certainly top out in the upper 90s and low 100. Our forecast heading into this afternoon calls for a couple thunderstorms, but right now just don't have much rain in the forecast. There's been a couple thunderstorms popping. I've got about a 20 to 30% chance or so, but don't be surprised if you see a dark cloud or two, but that's what we're looking at for today. A fairly classic summertime afternoon. Now, our chance of rain the next couple of days, we don't have much rain in the forecast here. And look, Thursday, Friday, you got Saturday plans. I don't see us having any big rain, but we're still eyeing next Sunday and more so going into Monday and Tuesday of next week, that plume of tropical moisture trying to head our way. That could bring us some showers and storms. I say could because there's still some uncertainty on exactly where that thickest area of moisture will travel. So our Invest 90 has nothing to do with what's going on into next week. This is going to continue to travel over Florida. They call it Invest 90 to make sure the Hurricane Center can keep an eye on it, basically, and showing it has only a 20% chance of becoming a tropical depression, probably by Friday or Saturday as it enters this part of the Atlantic. It's not going to curve up and go into the East Coast. You don't have to worry about that if you're traveling, but out here into the Atlantic, that'll continue to go and eventually be gone. But a slow mover rainmaker over Florida, the peninsula specifically, from Tampa, Fort Myers, Miami, for the next several days. That could jump over a foot of rainfall for some areas. So we're getting a northerly wind behind that. Not too humid at times during the daytime, so that's our treat. There's that plume of moisture with Invest 90. It's going to continue to travel here towards Florida. Notice we're still dry in the northern Gulf, but here we go into next week, Sunday and Monday. Here comes this plume of moisture. It will build to the north, and this is going to be running into a lot of wind shear too, so the chances of this becoming anything major are almost zero. We're not expecting that, but it is going to be a big rainmaker for someone, depending on if it goes more to Texas or maybe more towards Louisiana. So we're going to be following this, and right now models are still very split on where they want to take it, to be expected. This is 6, 7, even 8 days from now, but we can see the general pattern and trend that tropical moisture is going to be heading up to probably Texas and Louisiana, and that'll have the potential to dump some rain. Something else I'm noticing with this is the steering current. So it's currently going to be riding around this ridge of high pressure. This ridge right now doesn't exist. It's way over here, which is why this little feature near Florida is going that way, but eventually this is going to slide off towards the east. This is Sunday. That's going to pull that moisture to the north, but as it approaches the northern Gulf, it's going to start to run into that ridge, which means it's probably going to slow down some. That's why I think this could be a big rainmaker. What determines if we get the rain or if the rain stays further off to the west? Well, how strong that ridge is. The stronger the ridge, the more it's going to push it to Texas. If that ridge is just a tad bit weaker, we could have more moisture coming into southeast Louisiana. So there's still some uncertainties here, and as you know with the forecast, it's never really locked in until it's locked in at the last moment. But we do have a chance for some thunderstorms on Sunday for Father's Day. I wouldn't cancel plans yet, but follow the forecast. And then if we're going to see some heavy rain from that feature, it would start Monday and maybe even last into Tuesday, Wednesday. And I think Texas and Louisiana are going to be the hot spots that we're keeping an eye on specifically. So at least we got several days of drier weather. I hope you're ready for some intense heat. We will be in the mid-90s by Friday, and Saturday we're up to 96 degrees. Looking at our marine forecast, if you follow this, we'll watch for a couple storms here and there as we go through today and tomorrow, especially near the Gulf, but Thursday looks drier, and overall not expecting any major problems with our winds. High tide's going to happen later on this afternoon from 1 p.m. on the coast to 6 p.m. for the lakes, and if you're heading out for low tide, that happens earlier in the morning hours. And your Mississippi River sitting at 11.6 feet and steady. Lake temperature at 87 degrees this afternoon. The Gulf is sitting at 86 degrees.